Okay, just bear with me, I am here. I'm just getting myself set up. Okay, 1 second. See that? Let me just show you. Hang on a sec. Where am I? Oh, that. There I am here. This is awesome. This is really awesome. I've actually just snuck under the barrier. So I'm literally, oh, you can't see what I see. Oh gosh. Oh, hang on. Yeah, you can see what I see now, but you can see me, but I've snuck under the barrier. I'm the only person in Greenwich Park with this beautiful view of the whole of London. I feel so privileged. This is exactly how I wanted it to be. Not the bit that when I have to break the law, I think. I don't know if I'm breaking the law. No sign of the sun yet, but the sun was, the sun's coming up over there. You can see it over there. So it's going to come up over London. It's not going to be dramatic. Oh no, maybe you can see it's starting to get lighter. Officially the sun comes up at 6:55 a.m. Well, now at about 6:30, 6:35. So it got a bit, but it should start to change. It actually looks a lot lighter on the screen than it does out here. It feels very dark out here. Just enjoy it. Reminds me of when I was 19. I went backpacking around the world, and I went to India for the first month, and me and my friend, we went to Agra to see the Taj Mahal, and we learned that if you went to the Taj Mahal in sunrise, it goes 7 different colours as the sun rises, because the marble's so reflective that it reflects all the different colours of light. So we went there 5 o'clock in the morning before anyone was up, and sat outside the Taj Mahal, and it was absolutely amazing. Certainly a bit warmer, a lot warmer than I am right now, and watched the sun rise 6 different colours. It was beautiful. I mean, there's no doubt it was absolutely beautiful. I actually didn't notice the dramatic shifting colours until I got my photos developed of my holiday and looked at all the photos I'd taken over the hour, and just saw bright green Taj, bright orange Taj, and then pink Taj. It was really fantastic, really fantastic. And what a good holiday. Joe, I was thinking about that holiday the other day because when I went to India, I was about a month in India, and I travelled across India. I went from Mumbai, I can't remember the names of the places. I went to Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, I think, and over to Varanasi, and then into Nepal, and we did a climb of the Himalayas in Nepal, which is another story. But I do remember this feeling that it was really, really tough. It was really, really tough in India, just because, I was 19 at the end, so my God, you've got to be proud of yourself, haven't you, for kind of navigating the world at 19 years old. But it was just getting fresh water seemed tough, or decent food seemed tough, or a good safe place to sleep seemed tough. And so it was a tough old trip. And so when I was there, you were just negotiating it. It was great, it was such an adventure, but it wasn't until afterwards, when I left India, and I think we arrived in, maybe it was Australia or Malaysia, I can't remember which, but I was just remember this overwhelming feeling of just joy in life, because everything that I took for granted on my day-to-day basis, I was like, I'm never going to take this for granted again. I'm never going to take, fresh water and warmth and food and all this for granted, because I found it so tough in India. And so it gave me this absolutely awesome perspective on life. And I think this is going to happen again. I think this is going to happen again after COVID. We're all locked down, aren't we? And we haven't been able to see friends or hug each other or go to the places that we just took for granted. And I just think, coming out of this, people are going to appreciate what we've got so much more. I think that's going to be great. India was also one of, I mean, this is nothing really to do with hypnotherapy or sunrises or COVID. This is just me thinking of personal stories and just rambling, give you something to listen to while you're watching the sunrise. India, I remember, I think it was Agra as well, where we saw the Taj Mahal, and me and my friend, you know, when you go traveling, you meet lots of different backpackers. And we went into a hostel, and we met this backpacker called Theo, and he was kind of hilarious. And I'm sure he said, I don't think I made this up, I'm sure he said, oh no, that was it. He said, you know, yeah, I have to go into all these temples. I do really respect the culture of India, you know, and you know, you have to take your shoes off, of course, in every temple you go to. And then he said, and of course I respect all their stupid little customs. It's just so horrific that he said that. I mean, looking back at that, it's a really horrific thing to say. But it was just a sitcom character. He was just a sitcom character. He was like a sitcom character. And after backpacking, I went and did a degree in television writing. And I remembered this guy. Thought he was great. It was probably just a reflection of me, actually, because I ended up writing a sitcom called Theo, and it was about a young backpacking kid who'd gone backpacking around the world, told all his mates that he was going to go backpacking around the world, and it lasted 2 weeks and then missed home and come home, but he still had to make out he was one of life's great adventurers, and he was this great kind of hippie kind of character. And I wrote a sitcom, and I sent it off to Alamo Productions, which at the time were off the back of making Birds of a Feather. And they picked it up, and I worked for 3 years with Alamo Productions, making my own sitcom, and it was just the biggest thrill of my life. And I was just being paid to crack jokes for a living, and going to these different parties and meeting producers. And I actually got a contract, and the BBC became interested in my sitcom. I thought I was going to be the youngest sitcom writer ever. And then it all fell apart because Alamo kind of folded, in a lot of kind of shifts and change of what do you call it? Companies, you know, company takeovers and all that kind of stuff. And Alamo folded. My little sitcom, I lost it overnight, and it was the saddest. Probably like I reckon I grieved that for about 4 years. I was only young at the time, really, and I just couldn't cope. But that poor guy in India, you know, he's just going on his backpacking. I'm sure he wasn't the monster that I created in my sitcom. But he had a whole sitcom named after him, and then he made it on television. I wonder what he's doing now. Oh, I'm going to stop this video, not because I'm not enjoying the sunset. I just don't know about uploading them to Facebook, whether I have to do the smaller sizes. So I'm literally going to stop it and then put it back on again. 1 second.